Good morning and welcome back to it, guys. The Now Morning Show continues and the football vibes is high. But now we're talking about another cup because the Evolution Cup 2025, it's on its third edition. So joining us this morning, Kern Cupid, director and head coach, along with Husani Thomas, will be giving us some insights into what we can look forward to this year. Gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the Now.
Good morning.
Yes,
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely necessary. And I mean, moving from the momentum of our national team, I'm sure you guys are excited.
Correct.
The pressure is on, the expectations are high. But for those who haven't been familiarized with the Evolution Cup, what was the idea born out of? And perhaps, Husani, you could tell me what started the idea?
Right. I think the idea of the Evolution Cup was to just get national youth players around the nation to be able to display and execute their skills in a formatted environment. And we have the benefit of being in the central region. So we attract clubs from
everywhere.
Literally east, west, north and south. And this year, Tobago as well, we have Monster Mentality.
Yeah.
Who plan to come across from Tobago. So that's another addition to the Evolution Cup.
Can you tell me a little bit about the structure of it? Because you mentioned that it's a big part of how you get the players to display their skills.
Right. So what we do, we follow the format of TTFA. Right. So every year it goes even, uneven. Right. So this year it's uneven. Right. So we have under 7, under 9, under 11, under 13, 15, and 17.
Oof.
And speaking of the growth, we've moved from 1 day to 2 days. Right, so before we start the tournament on 1 day, now we have it on 2 days. So the younger age group from under 7 to under 13 are playing on the Saturday, and then the under 15s and under 17s play on the second day. So we're excited to have a team from Tobago coming, and hopefully in the future we'll have teams from even further as well.
Throughout the region.
Correct.
Now, those sort of numbers in terms of making sure you accommodate through 2 days talks about how many teams. If we were to quantify again, how many teams do we have in this edition?
So far we have 10, because we still have space at under 7 and under 9 level, but all the other age groups are filled so far.
That must feel really good. I mean, to see something grow like that.
Correct,
and
definitely.
be almost at its cusp, I think that's beautiful. But in terms of the tournament, in terms of registration, then let's get that out of the way on time. Can we still register online, in person? How do we do it?
Good.
Yeah, you can register online. We have everything set up digitally. You can reach out to us via our contact, which we will give you a little later in the show. And yeah, but I think as Kern did mention, the response has been good, and a lot of the age groups are filled, and it's just a couple spaces left.
I'm sure part of the reason that it's being so well attended and patronized is because it goes beyond football. Tell me how we are looking at community and player development, Kern. And then you could probably add to it, because I mean, as both being head coach, you have your interactions and your own findings.
Right. Well, for us, it's not just about football. It's something I always tell Coach Sani, that football is always last in the way we do things, right? It's mainly about holistic development in terms of the environment that we foster at the club, right? We also have a mentoring program as well, where our under 23 players, they come back downstairs and they help coach. So we provide a platform, we provide financial remuneration for their services as well too.
Fantastic.
So we continue to encourage them to become young leaders and mentors for the younger ones in the community. So with that approach, we always get support. We have great support from the council in our community, as well as the Borough Corporation. So that whole package is very much attractive for a lot of people out there.
I'm hoping it's attractive to sponsors as well, because you can't do that on your own.
Correct.
So tell me about some of your corporate partners, if any, and who else could join on board?
Yeah, well, last year we had Eastern Credit Union, we had B-Mobile, and we hope to have some more sponsors this year. Previously, we would have had GNC, who would have come and done some nice giveaways and displays. And this year we're going to be starting on the tournament is actually going to take place on the 5th and the 6th of July. So sponsors have a little bit of time, not too much. Yeah.
Are there particular things we're looking for allocating those funds towards? Equipment, uniforms, are those things already covered, or do we still have specific items they can look at?
Well, as a sporting organization, you can never have enough equipment. You can never have enough supplies because, you know, there's always wear and tear on the equipment. So supplies, resources, we looked at network as well with regards to, you know, gaining partnership with different sponsors, and also they will gain a lot of visibility from where we are centrally located, because if you know where Edinburgh 500 ground is, it's in the heart of our community. So it's very attractive for sponsors to be able to come on board, and when they look at the entire platform and the structure of the club, when they see the amount of youths as well, it's also a crime fighting tool as well, and we know how difficult it is right now in this situation, yes.
And granted that we are looking at so many age groups, it means that you could start at a young age and go all the way through to under 23 at least, yes?
Well, I'll just add one more to that. So this year, we have had the distinction of being able to be added to the Tier 2, the TTPFL Tier 2 league. So we have a team in that. So that's actually another step in the progression of the club, and it gives those younger players something to look forward to in terms of the pathway when they enter the club. So.
Now, not to diminish in any way all of the successes and accomplishments you've made, I'm sure there are challenges still. Beyond the commonality of sponsorship, you've done this for 3 years. What's one reoccurring decimal that you really want to eliminate but seems to be a thorn in your side? Whether it be the actual facilities, the students themselves, their behaviors, anything in particular that we could probably focus on for this 3rd year?
I would say a title sponsor to probably financially assist, because, you know, there is that reoccurring expense, you know, with regards to equipment, supplies, uniforms, even the management of the facility as well too. Remember, that comes at a cost as well, you know, because there's wear and tear in the facility every year, you know, because we're not the only organization that use the facility. So we contribute as well, but, you know, there's always challenges when you don't have your own.
And one challenge I always like to bring up is whether or not the girls are equally involved in the sporting arena. And some of the pictures did show 1 or 2 young ladies, but is there going to be any distinction perhaps in the future, next version, where there's girls versus guys, or how are we dealing with that?
Well, at the rate that the Evolution Cup is growing, I think, you know, you're probably onto something there. You know, it's possible, quite possible, and thanks for mentioning it, that in the future we may have the boys division and maybe the girls division as well.
At the moment, though, numbers-wise, it's mostly young men, so I imagine the girls are just incorporated into that as well?
Yeah, well, what we do is in all age groups, the girls can play 1 year older. They can be 1 year older. So if it's under 9, it can be a girl that's 9 and turning 10.
Okay.
Usually for the boys, it's once you're not turning 10 in that particular year.
Gotcha.
So
in that case, the challenge is on next year. That is the goal, maybe. But for those who are looking forward to the upcoming Evolution Football Club tournament, tell us dates, locations, times, and any sorts of costs or any sorts of things that we need to be aware of to be part of it.
Right. So July the 5th and 6th at Edinburgh 500 Recreational Ground. We aim to start at 9 a.m. and we go until about 4 on the first day, and the same time frame for the second one. Also, we want to be able to have everyone there as early as 8 a.m. so we can start on time, because remember, there's a lot of logistics, a lot of planning that goes into it as well too, and we want everything to run smooth. We have to ensure that referees as well too are prepared, so all that is organized as well.
Any space for any technical staff to join on still?
Yeah, we welcome TTT to come and cover the event. I think that will be excellent for both the station and for our exposure as well. So
yeah, we could leave a special spot in.
Yeah.
Like
have a parking spot for you.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
You had my parking spot.
Right.
But for now, we're going to make sure that the students or the children who are participating are going to get ready for something bigger than football. Football might be last on your list, but it's certainly what got you here this morning as you guys continue to create a beautiful platform for the next generation of footballers, and we appreciate that. Joining us this morning, of course, Mr. Husani Thomas, a director and head coach, along with Kern Cupid, as we get ready for the Evolution Cup 2025 happening in Shogunas. You guys, we have more, and your birthdays after these messages here on the Now Morning Show. Please.